Okay, we're on. The volume? Is there no volume? Well, here's the
Is this starting your speech?
kind of, but it's messing up. But anyway, these are the gyros. They're the size of Texas. They're full of plastic, and there's at least 5 of them, but they don't know. Here's how they skim for it, and it breaks down to the size of plankton, which is a big problem by talking about plastic pollution. Isn't how I intended to start my speech, but this was going to show you when it had some audio about it. And one of the big problems in this part of it is that they think it's plankton, one of the most abundant life forms. So when the fish eat it, they're getting plastic in them, and then of course we eat them, and it's totally. Eventually it will kill the entire ocean, and then it's not good news for the rest of the planet. Okay, that's it for that. Thanks. Let's move for 45 seconds. And I had the other one. The other tab. There's my play base. Okay. So anyway, did you know that you are being poisoned at least 6 different ways when you drink bottled water? You shouldn't buy or consume or drink bottled water. And there's some simple ways you can help not doing that to protect yourself and your environment. I'm a nutritionist. I'm Academy of Sports Medicine certified personal trainer. And by far my favorite drink is ice water. So my diverse curiosities and studies in things as disparate as geopolitics, health, and evolution have revealed sort of a no-brainer. Water is a big deal. Water is a big deal to you. It's a necessity of life, and it's what many future wars are going to be fought over. So today I'm going to tell you about one of the most serious and insidious ways that you and your entire planet are being poisoned. And I'm going to point out to you 3 main points of facts regarding the bottled water industry and what you can very easily do to protect yourself and others from these dangers. This is the giant garbage patch, just a piece of it. And here it is again, they're giant gyres. You can see that's North America. First, I'll explain the problem. PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, and Nestle Waters have a de facto monopoly over your water supply. Monopolies are never a good thing. They're not good for consumers. They certainly aren't good for the planet. They pollute the water while you're consuming it. The blue spotlight. Okay, so anyway, what I was telling you, it's a little more concerned than your average toxins. It pollutes you in many different ways. They pollute while they're extracting the water. They pollute while they're taking the water to the factory. They pollute in the manufacturing of the bottles from petrochemicals. They pollute transporting it to the resellers, often requiring trucks and trains and planes and then trucks again. The chemicals you drink pollute you. Then they pollute the drinking water. Then the discarded bottles pollute again and the fish, and it pollutes it all around again if you eat fish. You're often just paying for tap water. Therese Howard's article in USA Today titled "Bottled Water Awash in a Controversy" states, quote, "Some of the health-conscious consumers that make bottled water a $15 billion business are among those worried about the impact. It's 38 million plastic bottles a year with 1.5 million barrels of oil used. Questions are raised about the relative cost and convenience of a product that in many cases is purified municipal tap water. The sales of water rights are also done without the will or knowledge of the people. Water extraction can damage underground cave systems, and these are just some of the concerns. I've identified the perpetrators and told you a little bit about the problem. Next, I'll tell you about the effects. Your bottled water has toxic effects to you and your environment. Chemicals leach into you and from your bottle. Chemicals that are also flushed from pharmaceuticals that are found in pesticides, flame retardant, industrial solvents, skincare products, according to the January U.S. Geological Survey report. Chemicals have been found to actually turn fish transgender. Anybody know what that means? That means male and female from a fish. You eat those fish? Been a concern for pregnant women especially. In William Cook's 2007 article in the Washington Examiner, the problems regarding the transgender fish is the intersex phenomenon in which male bass fish are found with eggs and testes raised enough red flags for a congressional hearing. The industrial disruptors and chemicals tamper with the hormone balance. Environmental scientists are not clear on the ramifications. The pollutants can be harmful to health. They also are uncertain how to curb the pollutions. So they think just maybe eating transgender fish may not be good for you. Since even recycled bottles make their way to the ocean, we're in serious threat of killing our oceans. In Kill Doucette's 2009 article in Rolling Stone, The Ocean of Plastic, the first thing you need to know about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is, quote, it's disgustingly inappropriate. In reality, the patch is a swirling vortex of plastic soup, immense fetid swamp of debris where tiny bits of decaying plastic outweigh surface zooplankton, one of the most prolific elements in abundant organisms on the planet, by a ratio of 6 to 1. Nobody knows its exact size or if it has any boundaries. Scientists estimate it's twice the size of Texas, and it contains some 10 million tons of waste. I've told you about some of the larger effects of bottled water, and I'll share with you some very simple and effective solutions. There's some very specific ways to save yourself and your planet. Stop buying bottled water. In Ed Begley's 2010 article in the Saturday Evening Post, 10 Easy Ways to Reduce Your Carbon Footprint, he states, quote, industry estimates say 80% of bottled water containers still wind up in landfills. Invest in a filtering system that attaches to your kitchen sink. How many people probably could likely drink this many bottled waters in a day? I would drink 2 or 3 of these, not just for health, because I run hot. I'm a thirsty guy. This is how many I've had all year. All year. And I would have had not even these had I been somewhere that had clean water I thought I could drink, which is probably a subject for a different speech. This is the Dodger game. This is the Yankee Angel game. This is the Women's National Soccer. This is the Guns N' Roses concert. And this was a Rams game that I brought with me because I couldn't bring my bottled water or I didn't trust their water. And that's it, all year. That's how many I've used, and I'm not happy about that. And it wasn't difficult. Consider boycotting all products produced by PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, and Nestle and let them know about it and let them know why you're doing it. If you work for a volunteer group, encourage them not to use plastic bottled waters. I notice these things when I go to a committee meeting or I go to people that are talking about the environment and right on their desk is a plastic bottled water. They're not hypocrites, they just probably are uninformed. Consider using filters in 5-gallon water containers. Contact your national representatives and let them know that you know and you care. Right now, I heard it on the news just this weekend, they're going to steal some of your water from the San Bernardino National Forest. That's your forest. They're taking that water and they're going to repackage it and sell it to you from water 10 miles away. Often it comes from lakes that have like car batteries at the bottom. Arrowhead got busted for that. If you find yourself in a community where corporations are trying to take your water, go to the meetings, let them know you care, stand up, let your voice be heard. Take time to consider the problems. Christina's prepared article in Mind, Body, Green states 7 reasons not to drink bottled water, that only if there's no alternatives, like you're in a cholera epidemic. She wants to live in a society where people take care of each other and it's readily available for global sustainability, end quote. Spread the word, encourage others to do it without coming off as judgmental. Recycle, reuse, like I'm doing in the back of the speech. In conclusion, know that plastic isn't evil, it's how we use it. This is my bottle. Just use a bottle, filter it. We use 50 billions of water a year and 17 billion barrels of oil to produce in the oil and goes in landfills. We also have 500 million plastic straws in America a day. All that does is dull the taste of your drink. Why do we don't need straws? What are we, toddlers? We know it's a class can't have vulgarities. I'm going to drop the F-bomb on you. Someone goes around cussing all the time, usually because they're inarticulate, but it takes away the good artistic effect when you need a good cuss word, like for art or when you drop something heavy on your toe. So if this didn't convince you about your environment, maybe you're fatalistic, maybe you think the world's going to die or Jesus will come back first, or maybe you don't have kids, or if you do, you hate your kids. But I suggest maybe a bad attitude might be helpful here. How about saying this? Fuck them. They want to poison your planet, sell you water that you could drink for free. How about maybe time to have an attitude about it? Fuck them, fuck that. We know. We're on to you. We're not going to be, you want to rip us off and poison me and everyone I love, you're going to do it without my money. Thank you. Go green.